Were you ever concerned prior to the election that Amendment 1 would not pass, or did you feel confident Tennessee voters would vote no?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think that we've known all along that this amendment and whether it would pass or fail was going to be a tight race, and a lot of it was going to be about helping Tennessee voters really truly understand the amendment and its implications. The language of the amendment is incredibly confusing, and it was written actually purposefully to be confusing, which is frustrating. So we spent a lot of time really trying to educate voters and help them understand what the implications of this amendment would be. And so we, like I said, we were hopeful all along that Tennesseans would realize that this is about privacy rights, that this is about civil rights, that this is about a lot of things that Tennesseans hold very near and dear. And I think that the upside of this, that even though we didn't win on this issue, that we didn't successfully keep the amendment from passing, that we really did a good job shifting the conversation for Tennesseans. I think that they saw faith leaders speak up and say, no, this amendment is an imposition on religious freedom, and we saw medical providers speak up and say, no, this is an imposition on privacy rights between patients and their doctors. And we saw the law community speak up and say, we're amending a constitution here. This is a big deal. So I think that we really did a good job shifting that conversation for a lot of folks in Tennessee, as reflected by the very, very close outcome of the race.
And with the passing of Amendment 1, what changes do you expect to take place, and how does your organization and places like Planned Parenthood plan to handle the changes, or what were you?
Yeah. Hey.
I have a UT student.
Okay, I'm right in the middle of an interview. I'll come back to you. Tell them to just hang on.
Oh, okay.
Or to leave a message.
I'll get a name and phone number.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Okay. Sorry, it's all right. Do you want me to? I'll repeat it.
Yes, please.
With the passing of Amendment 1, what changes do you expect to take place, and how does your organization and organizations such as Planned Parenthood plan to handle these changes? What steps do they plan to take before these changes actually occur?
Sure. So I think that the implications of this amendment are that it really opens the door for our legislators to be making some very personal decisions for Tennesseans. And I think that we are going to see laws being pushed ahead that are going to restrict abortion access and that are going to make it more difficult for women in this state to be able to access safe and legal abortions. And I think that is incredibly problematic, and that is going to cause problems for a lot of the patients that come to places like Planned Parenthood and other providers seeking quality care. So I'm very concerned about what is going to happen when our state legislature comes back into session. But I also know that one of the great things that has come out of all of this around Amendment 1 has been that there has been a huge volunteer base of support in this state, of people rising up and saying, this isn't okay. And politicians interfering with private decisions is not all right. And so I think that we now have the power in the grassroots group of folks to make sure that our legislators hear our voices, that they understand that pushing a radical agenda is not okay with Tennesseans.
Absolutely. And since you are a spokesperson for the Say No campaign, is there can you basically give any websites or anything that people can do to actually help support places like Planned Parenthood to stay open and to make sure that the legislation makes the right decisions?
Absolutely. So folks can check out Planned Parenthood's website, and our local affiliate is Planned Parenthood of Middle and East Tennessee, and so our website is ppmet.org. There are also other statewide organizations doing really great work in terms of reproductive rights, reproductive freedom. So an organization called Healthy and Free Tennessee, as well as an organization called Sister Reach out of Memphis.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Minus the technical difficulties.
No, I mean, you're gonna have lots of fun editing between
I will.
between my phone calls and
that is my weekend.